Hello, welcome to Idiotic Perspective.
I'm gonna have a second to edit out in the beginning because you took a pause.
It'll be fine.
Just say it
To
again.
be fair, I wasn't sure if you were gonna do it or me.
No, I told you you're gonna start us off,
But
baby.
Welcome to Idiotic Perspective.
Yeah, welcome.
You know us as your hosts, and we have a special guest today.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Hi. I don't. Am I? Do you guys have some? Is there like a demographic? Am I talking to here? Are these just like a bunch
Not
of nerds?
really. It's pretty much basically like what we've always done is just two friends having a conversation. We talk about whatever. Like we would watch movies and talk about the movies that we would watch. It's just us talking.
All right.
So
Let's go from the top.
It's wild. Yeah. We got people in like Germany and shit who listen. Like we can go through. I can show you like some of the demographics
it's
later.
Cool.
It's
They're all from all over the world.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to try it again, even if you guys just use all of this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Welcome to Idiotic Perspective. We are your hosts, and we have a special guest for you today.
Introduce yourself, my friend.
Hi, my name's Evan Westbrook. Circus artist extraordinaire.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Something else we can get into. I got that on there as well.
Nice.
So, all right. What do you do now? Like, what is your main profession now? I know you got the shop here, and tell us about that and everything.
Yeah,
like
what is
that.
your background?
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess that's like multiple questions. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because my background.
Yeah. Start your background, then we can kind of explain like what you're getting into now and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, like where I find myself right now, if you had asked me like 6 months ago, where I thought I would be, none of this would have been on the table.
Okay.
At all.
Interesting.
I mean, I had my first idea for my game store like 3 months ago.
Oh wow! Wow!
I mean, like the first like driving in my car, being like, oh, I think I'm gonna do that, but nobody.
Wow. Okay.
So for like the last 20 years, I've been mostly a circus artist, and I did like 3 or 4 years where like my only form of income was sleight of hand street magic, which was not income. That was poverty.
I
but
get
it was
that.
that's any money I had came from that.
Yeah. Okay.
You were on the streets, but kept you from sleeping off the streets, right?
No. I was sleeping on the streets too.
Kept him from starving.
No, so I'll give you guys the whole quick rundown real quick.
We can go into it as we can go for as long as you need to. We can break it up into multiple if we need to. Please go as deep as you feel like you want to.
Yeah, because I also don't know, for you two guys, like what I have or have not told you about me or.
You can explain whatever, just because there'll be other people listening
like
and stuff like
people
that.
to know about
And
it,
I'm
of
fine with
course.
you telling us again because I forget things, especially when we're playing for long periods of time and stuff. So please go as deep as you feel comfortable going.
Well, so right after high school, I went to a circus school called the New England Center for Circus Arts, and where I studied Chinese pole and aerial straps, which are two pretty difficult circus disciplines. I also practice and teach aerial silks and aerial trapeze and lyra and body balancing, and I'm trained in ballet and breakdancing and calisthenics and handstands. So when I got to the end of circus school, I was at this weird little impasse where I really wanted to keep training, and I really wanted to keep practicing the art of entertainment. Actually, is what I was really interested in, beyond all the physical disciplines. It was like I was trying to figure out how to genuinely engage people away from their screens, which like at the time were just becoming more and more prevalent. And I was trying to figure out a way to compete with like that level of entertainment, you know,
just the instant gratification.
Right. Because I was trying to go into this industry where I was going to be entertaining. That's like the point. It's like, oh, people pay to come see a show, and oh, wow, it's so amazing. But it's like at a certain point, I realized that people were more interested in the next episode of Game of Thrones than they were in going to a live theatrical performance or a live circus performance. And sometimes, I was already a magician at the time. And I reached this impasse where I could either get a full-time job and take all of that money to pay for my apartment and like 20 hours a week, maybe, in like my discipline that I was trying to pursue. Or I could not have a house, not have a car, not have a job. I could have nothing. It was like I had the option of I can either maintain everything or have nothing.
Have stability or have nothing and pursue your dream.
And so then I left hitchhiking and I went over to Provincetown, Massachusetts for a little while. I went up into Maine for a little while. I hitchhiked down to Georgia.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I grew up around there. My dad's from New England. I love that area.
Yeah. So I was homeless on the streets of Provincetown for like 3 months. Yeah. I was,
what time of the year was it?
So actually, this is a really funny story. So I leave to go hitchhiking, right? And it's I want to say it's October already. And I kid you not, I am wearing a button-up. No, was it? It wasn't quite October. I think it was like it was like approaching it, but I'm wearing like a button-up like t-shirt and like pants, and I have no shoes and no wallet and no money, and all I had on me was a guitar and a notebook and the wing of an owl.
What year did you do this? Because this sounds straight out of fucking 1960.
Oh, dude, this
sounds like some shit my dad would have done in the 80s.
Ever hippie.
Yeah, no, this was like 2010.
God.
Yeah, it was a year after I graduated high school. I did 1 year in circus school, and then I was just like, I guess I did a summer in Brattleboro, continuing my training a little bit, and just like vagabonding before I was like, I'm gonna just like right towards the end of the summer I went hitchhiking, and that night was crazy, right? So I'm sitting outside of a gas station at like 10:30 that night, and I'm like really like stressing out because it's getting cold, and I'm like, and I made a mistake, and I'm like, and I've already hitchhiked like 5.5 hours from where I started.
And you're like 19? So
yeah,
you're
I'm
still
19.
A kid. You're like, oh my god, what did I do?
I have no money. I've got nothing, and I'm sitting outside this gas station, wondering what I'm gonna do, and a cop car rolls in. And I'm like, oh, great. My prayers are answered. I'm going to spend the night in jail. So I'm not going to be cold.
Yes.
And they get out of the car, and they're good cop, bad cop. I mean, I remember this so vividly.
God.
Like, there's a guy, and he's being really aggressive, and there's a girl, and she's being really sweet. And he goes on this long walk around the parking lot, and then he comes back, and all of a sudden he's in a different mood. And then they're being really nice to me, and he takes my I told them everything I'm telling you guys right now, which is like, I'm 19 and I'm going hitchhiking and I don't have money or an ID or shoes. And
Would you like me to play you a song on my guitar?
That I actually don't know how to play yet, because I brought this guitar because I wanted something to learn how to do.
That's actually really smart.
It worked. But so, and they tell me that the owl wing that I have is like a $10,000 fine to have in my possession, but they're going to let it slide because they're not the game warden, but I should probably get rid of it. And they put me in their cop car, and I think they're taking me to jail, but I kid you not, these two cops take me to a hotel, and they buy me a hotel room for the night out of their own pocket.
Wow.
And then they leave. And then I'm outside of that hotel room, and I'm smoking a cigarette I had gotten from someone, feeling very victorious about all of that. And here they come rolling back in. This is like 15 minutes later, and they have a bag with them that says Fitchburg Police on it. And they had put a sweater, a pair of flip-flops, toiletries. And they gave me $40.
Wow.
And they said, don't let us find you in our town tomorrow. And don't spend this money on drugs. And
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. The old it sounds again like an old school story of, all right, man, just get the hell out of town. Like don't let us see you here again.
Yeah, they literally. And the coolest part about it was that bag got me through so many sticky situations because
it said police
the rest
on it.
of my time that I was hitchhiking, the police would be like, where'd you get this bag, if I ever ran into them, and I would pretty much tell them the story I just told you guys, and I shit you not, I got ferried across the country a couple times, like just by like nice cops being like, that's cool, I'm gonna carry the torch. We're helping this hippie.
The one time we're back to blue is something you don't want to. That's good. That's not getting shouted at you by somebody.
Right.
Like, oh hell yeah.
And I realize I've turned this into a long story.
No,
but so
please, I
that's
love
kinda,
it.
That kind of encapsulates what my entire 3 years on the road was like. It continued to be, I kid you not, just like
traveling?
crazy story after crazy story. I mean, I could sit here for another like good 2 or 3 hours and just continue to tell you like the next crazy event and then the next one, because it just didn't stop.
It just kept going. It was
Yeah.
a roller coaster.
Yeah, and and I hitchhiked all the way down to Georgia and then back up to Vermont, and then I came down to Georgia. I hitchhiked down to Georgia and got my truck and then drove that back to Vermont. This was after, I hitchhiked for a year around New England, then I hitchhiked down to Georgia, got my truck, drove back up to New England, drove out to Colorado, and the questing continued. And then eventually I got back into doing my circus arts professionally, like around like 23. I came back and I started like teaching in gyms again, and I realized I was pretty skilled at what I was doing, and over the next like 7 years, and actually also some in between then, I would also like do some teaching while I was like, once I was like in my 20s, I started doing some teaching during all that traveling, and ended up working with just some of the most amazing people I could even imagine. Always trying to learn from them, always trying to gather more skills. And then COVID hit, and I actually went and became a distiller. I was making brandy and whiskey and stuff over for the Bell Farm. That was really cool. That was a very sciencey portion of my life. I was like getting into
some chemistry shit.
Yeah, because I've always been a man of science anyway, so I really enjoyed that. But then I kind of caught my break right towards the end of that because I was getting sick of it. I just didn't really like being around the alcohol all that much.
Didn't want to Walter White it up anymore.
I gotta take a step back. To call yourself a man of science after being like, I had an owl wing and a guitar in my bag, hoping to survive.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
That's the craziest.
I'm serious about it.
No, I believe you 100%. But just from going from I was shoeless, hitchhiking around the country with my guitar that I didn't know how to play. You're like, I'm a man of science.
Yeah, dude.
I love that. Before we get any further, what made you get into this? Because this sounds like it's really your passion, the circus arts and performing. That sounds like it's your real passion. It
absolutely is.
What was the inspiration that sparked that? Like, do you have a point that you can pinpoint? It was just
luck. I mean, honestly, it's even more wild backstory. So I was a competitive whitewater kayaker when I was younger, and so we were shredding like class 4 or 5 whitewater, and so I got really into kind of high octane adrenaline sports from the time I was like, I think I started kayaking when I was 9.
Okay.
And then I was really serious about it by the time I was 13. I was I was the youngest person to paddle the Pequari River down in Costa Rica.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a big deal at the time, especially for the locals.
Yeah,
I mean that's a big deal to me. I haven't done that.
It was sick.
Cool.
It was huge. I mean, massive whitewater. I mean, I'm talking like hydraulics bigger than this building.
That's crazy.
Because it was also at flood stage, and
yeah.
But so the reason that's relevant is because I had a really abnormally strong core, and I was also a really weird kid, and I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any. I was a very weird kid. Just because I was eccentric and hyper and ADHD and just one of those like annoying kids in the corner that's just like not really plugging in very well.
You were born in the wrong time because in the 90s you would have been everybody's best friend, fucking jumping off buildings.
Right. Yeah. I've been Tom Sawyer out there.
But in the around then it's like every kid's wanting to sit inside and like watch cartoons.
Yeah. Well, and they all knew who
Xboxes
Kanye West was.
Games, yep.
And I didn't. And then they all, I mean, God, it was just very off center because also my parents were very off center people.
I would assume, having the background that you've discussed so far, that you have some eccentric parents. It usually starts with the parents and works its way
normally
down
runs
a
in
little
the family.
Right.
Because I get him. I got a wild dad too. He's been on an episode before, but he was, crazy man.
Thinking about doing the Duckenheimer paintings.
He should. Yeah, Steven's dad is actually the one who made our logo that we have, our second logo. This is the main one, but then we have a drawing of us two on a couch that his dad did.
Or whatever they're called. I can't remember exactly.
I think we should hang it on the wall of your guys'
I have
future
it-
podcast room.
I have it at
Hell
my
yeah.
house on my wall. With I got
Yeah.
because what started it was his dad painted a painting of Batman, and this Batman looks. Do you have a
Batman,
picture
if
of
I
it?
remember correctly, he's either doing this.
No, he's doing this
or
with
he's
a bat. He's doing this and a
with
bat
on his
finger.
finger.
Do you have a picture of that?
I don't think I have a picture
I'm gonna
of it,
see if
but
I
if
have-
I do,
It
I'll
is
pull it up
the
real fast.
derpiest looking Batman in the fucking world,
I
and
know we're
I
getting off
love
topic.
it. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But like that's
But
very
yeah, keep pulling
interesting.
it up. But to finish answering your question, so the reason that was relevant is because I had a really strong core, and then I was a weird kid. So then when I got exposed to circus arts, kind of accidentally, when I was like 15 or so, I was just really good at it, and it was one of the first times in my young life I had gotten like respect from people over something, so instantly,
I mean that, yeah.
I mean, it took them. I could sit there
you
and
just had natural talent to it.
right, and I was kind of smart enough to see that, and so I'm.
Oh yeah, you were telling us about how you were getting the respect from
Right.
people and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. I was
Yeah,
Because
go
you had
ahead.
natural talent. You know?
right, and then
This is
and then
I
I
would like to see
oh,
Batman.
that is so good.
It's
You guys
such
were
a-
telling me about it, and
Yeah.
I thought it would be pretty good. I didn't expect
Dude,
it to be
it's
really
odd,
good.
But look
He
at
has
Batman's
another one.
face.
If you'd like
Wow,
to see the
they're
other
phenomenal. Yeah, that's tip
I had to
top.
buy it and hang it on my wall because I've never seen Batman look stoned and like, oh shit, I got a bat on my finger.
Hold up.
But go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. And I really do remember, like within a couple weeks of getting exposed to it, being like, I'm gonna do this, because I saw my dad was a volleyball coach, and so I was kind of and I was already skilled in whitewater, but I was kind of aware of the fact that I wasn't necessarily gonna be necessarily long-term competitive. Also, maybe I just didn't like the whitewater because I was kind of like didn't like that much exposure to death. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, it
fair-
also
fair
sounded like
enough.
it got boring to you. You doing a challenge like that at 13?
Honestly, no,
like-
Right.
not the boring part.
Yeah,
It really
okay.
wasn't. It was because I knew that to push the envelope in kayaking, you have to go like kayak stuff that's never been kayaked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's only
okay,
there's also
that-
only so much of that you can
Right.
do.
Yeah, I'm just
Like
not
you
going
said,
to
with the
achieve
risk of
anything
death.
crazy. The risk reward ratio wasn't there for me because it's like I love kayaking like crazy whitewater, but like I like to like I'll walk a crazy rapid if I don't feel like
Yeah.
it's just the day for it or something like
But
that.
also, how many of those people can pay their bills by just doing that?
Right, exactly.
Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I mean, you eventually have to have a place to.
Yeah, you got to be like
Rest.
sponsored,
Rest.
which means you got to be like flying all. Yeah, it's crazy to
Yeah.
try to be a pro kayaker. And I saw a very nice clear path with circus arts, and I was like, I'm going to commit to this because I was smart enough to know that I was young enough. If I commit now, like there's no way I don't eventually turn it into a way to make
a job
money.
or
Yeah,
something.
and I didn't realize that I was going to just decide to go wild in the middle of it and just be like, I'm going to go hitchhike and be a magician on the streets. And
Yeah.
I didn't. That was a little unexpected at that time, but I know this is all kind of like
No, you're good. This is
Helps evolve
perfect.
your skills for sure.
right, and then so circus arts was really all I was doing for a long time. Oh, we got one more time. Yeah, so circus arts was all I was doing for a long time, and eventually, yeah, we had gotten to COVID. Then the thing hit. Then I was able to open my own studio, and that's what I have in town now, Level Up Movement. And the whole
Oh, yeah.
time I've been doing circus arts, I've just been a diehard nerd in my free time. And I'm talking diehard. I mean, I'm trying to like get away. I'm out there doing circus arts during the day, and I'm like, and if you can imagine, like I'm going to my work. My work is a playground, and I just want to go to my other playground. You know, it's like I'm going through the same like. I wish I was playing D&D struggles as everybody else is, even though I've got a wonderful job that I love just deeply.
What was your introduction to D&D and like the nerddom and everything like that?
I mean, I was buying packs of Magic when I was like 9.
So
or
there was
10.
no like moment where someone showed you like, hey, this is this, and you're like, oh, this is it. I'm done.
Well, when I did find D&D, specifically, it was definitely like all the wasted years moment. I mean, I had been doing the cards, I had been doing anime, I had been doing everything, but I didn't get really fully introduced to D&D until I was like 24 or 25. was when I got to sit at my first game, and I was like, oh shit.
This is what D&D is.
This is exactly what I've been looking for, and I've been looking for that in a game since I had been a kid. Like immediately, and then I became just hyper obsessed because that's how I had been with everything. Anytime I get really into something, I just like become pretty hyper obsessed with it for a period of time.
A slight addiction to it.
Yeah, and I'll kind of like dive into it for a number, but I never drop it, but it'll become like my primary addiction for like a year or more,
or so, yeah.
And then but then I continue to practice it for almost forever. I just kind of like but a new thing kind of takes that primary spot at some point.
Okay.
Like right now it's my game store.
Yeah, okay.
Has been like my obsession, was like not just the games themselves, but like actually honestly maybe my obsession right now is more like this like community building atmosphere that and just culture, trying to create cool culture,
the nerd culture around it.
Yeah, and we say nerd culture, but I really just mean like positive culture, healthy culture, because and the nerd stuff we all recognize is just this thing that just connects us.
Well, you can always just change the meaning of the word nerd as well. It
Right.
could just be a more positive thing. Be like, hey, this is about building a community of people, of like-minded people. It also sounds like a cult since you start saying it like that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Are you about to read off the definition of what a cult is?
No.
Like it, but
It's more like I've found that like the people that like these games often are just like really, really nice people. And it's just a thing that just gather people around and be like, yo, we all like this games. That's something we have in common. Like, and that just gives us a platform to hang out and spend more time together and share more ideas. And because otherwise, like, it just gives us like a place to come and do that and have fun while we do it. It's awesome.
Okay. So, yeah, because, like, ironically enough, many of the people who play these social games are socially awkward or socially anxious or don't know how to interact socially with people, which is ironic because these games are all about social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
but if you make it like, like when you come together and you're like, oh, we're here to play the game,
it makes
the social
it
interaction is an add-on to that. Whereas if you show up with the intention of socially interacting, all of a sudden there's an even bigger like elephant in the room that is just causing you this anxiety because and a lot of people, sure, maybe that's what they're doing to themselves anyway, like they know they're there to play the game, but because they know that there's social interaction, like that's what they're focused on. But the game is there to like try to alleviate that pressure and to like put our focus on the game.
Okay, that makes sense. So we'll pivot back into the shop now. The name, I'm assuming the name Big Top came from your circus background.
Right. So and I guess that would to just give you the last leg of the story. I know I've been just rambling my ass off.
I love it. I love hearing all of this.
I'm enjoying it. It's great.
So at my gym, Level Up Movement, I started teaching some kids how to play chess. Like it all started kind of with one kid who just like really needed more of a conversation than he needed like physical training. He just needed to like be able to think through some stuff and talk through some stuff. And a better place to do that was over a chessboard than teaching him how to do handstands. So we started doing that, and then all of a sudden I had 2 other chess students. All of a sudden I'm decorating my gym that I named Level Up Movement with with like leather armor and medieval stuff, and next thing I know I've got D&D books in the room, and next thing I know I'm making a whole like level system for the kids in the gym. So I'm already theming
that's pretty cool.
my circus gym towards this like, and my philosophy with it was I was trying to teach both the kids and the people I was working with that they are in the essentially the character creation screens of their own lives, and that now is the time to increase their stat points and work hard and gain experience so that when they engage with the real game of life, they're as best prepared as possible.
That's a great.
That is a great philosophy for anyone to have. Whatever you are doing is developing your skills, so when you are approach and encounter in life, it becomes easier.
Right, especially for the kids, and I want to help them understand that like those video games that they love so much, like they're playing the greatest game ever made right now. You know what I mean? Like they're and
The game of life.
The game of life. And if they treat it like that, and as this is a really important character creation scene, like I'm just trying to help them bridge the gap and try to like enjoy reality as much as they're enjoying their virtual realities.
Because video games are awesome. Like I like playing a video game, but there's nothing better than being like, oh yeah, I can go. We'll give an example. I can go to fly to a different country in this game and play and do this, or you can be like, hey, I can actually go do that.
Yeah.
And then go be like, oh, I can put my experience. Yep, I can put my experience into the game I'm playing. So this is just an outlet for fun and escape while I'm going over here do actual like more important things and enjoying life. It's a great way to put it. I like that. I like that philosophy you have. That's a really good way, especially to teach kids.
Well, right, and that was what Level Up was being built about. And then I started playing some D&D games with some people. I even tried to do a D&D camp at the gym, where which I ended up doing like a version of. Like the full thing didn't pop off. But
yeah, but I mean, not every idea can be a perfect one. You got to throw. If you're throwing enough at a dartboard, sometimes you're gonna miss. It happens. But those experiences teach you like, okay, this didn't work. I think if I use this from this, and boom,
right,
tweak it a little bit.
Well, then the last thing that happened on the way towards opening a game store was I was in Germany with my wife, and I was like looking for souvenirs for the kids, and I hadn't opened a pack of cards in like 10 years. I had been on the road doing things, and
none of that dopamine.
You sound like a smoker, man. I ain't touched a pack in 10 years.
Yeah. But because I had no idea what had happened to like the playing card industry in that time, and so but I'm walking in Germany and I see these German Pokemon cards, like a booster box of like 151, and I didn't know anything about it at the time, but it was like $40. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's a souvenir I can get for the kids. I'll give all the kids like a German Pokemon card.
Yeah,
that's really cool. That is a cool souvenir.
I thought so.
That's dope.
And then I pull the like SIR Charizard in German, and I like wig out about it, because it's like the coolest card.
Awesome.
It's so cool. I've got it up in the front in a PSA 9. It's so sick. The centering's a little off, but I love it even more.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? It's PSA 9.
Yeah. I'll show you guys when we're done.
Yeah, fuck
It's in German.
But so
the angriest language. It is. Sorry.
Yeah. No, so I go through this whole like resurgence of like, now I start looking at like the card collector market, and then I still hadn't thought, I'm going to open a game store. But so then the Final Fantasy arc happened, and I just like watched from start to finish the just insanity of that. And then I was trying to buy Pokemon cards at home just because I wanted to collect them, and I noticed I couldn't. And I was talking to the kids at my gym, and like they were like so stoked that I brought them these German Pokemon cards, and they were like starting to tell me about the issues with the scalpers and the issues with the this and the issues with the that.
It's so bad, dude.
And then I remember the day I was like, I think I might do it, is like I went out and it was actually, I had one more good stroke of luck. I went out and bought just one pack of Final Fantasy collector boosters because I just really liked the IP, and I just wanted to try my hand at it. And I knew my card shop had a couple left, and I pulled that Surge Full of Cloud that I have out front.
Okay.
How much is that one worth?
That one was worth like $330 right now or something like that.
Dude,
so I was in the green for all of my pack openings. Like all of my I had essentially at this point bought one box of 151.
You rolled nat 20s with every booster.
Yeah, and one. Yeah, exactly. Both boosters.
That's awesome, man.
So,
right?
But that wasn't
insane luck.
Well, actually, it's manifestation is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. You've talked about that when we've been playing before.
That's a whole separate conversation.
That can be towards the end of the podcast. Get into that. So, go ahead, Steven. What's one another one that we have on there? Because I know we've written some down.
Well, you were talking about card games. Is Pokemon your favorite trading card game?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. What is your favorite trading card game?
Do you mean like maybe like? Do you mean like of all time or like right now?
Give us both.
How about both?
Yeah,
I
give
was
us
about
like
to
your
say.
all-time. What is your favorite overall? But what is the one that you're just like right now? Just I'm in.
I would have to say absolutely say that Magic the Gathering is
Gathering
my
all
favorite
time?
of all time. I mean, if it's like, I mean, I do think it's one of the greatest games ever made, just in both mechanics and in lore, and it just, I mean, just the replayability of it alone. And as a person who's almost obsessed with the construction and mechanics and replayability of games, Magic is highest marks in all those categories, and they do put a lot of effort into it. Maybe I don't like the way of late that they've split the because of collector value and stuff like that. It's like it takes its toll on what it's like to just like buy and play a game.
Just play the game.
The moment you sell a card for $1 million, it kind of ruins the market.
Yeah,
It really does.
Right. When I'm over here, like I can't necessarily throw that cloud out in the commander deck and just enjoy playing with like the prettiest card anymore. You know what I mean? It's like once there's that kind of value attached to something, it's not necessarily something you want to just casually play with. And all of us are casual players. We're not like setting up for $100,000 championships or anything like that.
Right. No.
But it's still, if you were to ask me, I mean, that's one of. I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is definitely the actual greatest game of all time. But Magic the Gathering, if you're talking about TCGs, is up there.
Yeah, I would say probably TCGs is one of the top ones because tabletop as a whole, that's
a whole
D&D for sure
conversation,
because it just built the platform for everything else. Like
It really did.
But and then as of right now, I really do like this game Ward that we've been messing around with.
yeah, our buddy Matt was telling us about
I
that.
like the art. I like actually this Riftbound game that just dropped looked like it's going to be really good. I can't speak to the mechanics of it at all yet, and but I can tell you that the art was really cool and that
They definitely look gorgeous.
they definitely look gorgeous, and it does look, from reading the mechanical stuff on the cards, it looks like it's not going to be too crazy complicated. Like
Nothing.
It
like
sounds like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it sounds like a smash up of
Lorcana.
Commander and Standard. It sounds like they're trying to like blend a little bit.
Okay, interesting.
Building off of this, what is one thing that you just refuse to sell in this shop? Like, what is
That is a
one?
good question.
What is one IP or something like that? Where you're just like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry if there may be a good market for it or not, but you just don't want to deal with the hassle,
Right.
It would a hassle
or just whatever is the reason for you just
something
not
I
wanting
actually have in the shop that I'm not selling,
No,
or
just,
that
I, mean, like,
I don't
you
want to
won't-
have in the
you
shop.
won't bring in at all. People maybe ask you to bring it in. You're just like, I don't want to. Do you have
If it's a
anything?
game, I'm interested.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was any like
I mean, I'm interested in
off the
games
top of
and
your head, like
collectibles
Yu-Gi-Oh.
and-
Just if you had a beef with Yu-Gi-Oh, where they are fuck Yu-Gi-Oh, or just for an example, if there was anything like that, where you're like, I don't want to deal
Right,
with it.
shipping was weird,
Or
some
the market's
crap like
just
that.
too annoying to deal with.
Or they've dealt dirty business with you in the past. Because I've heard, I think from Tapstart games before, they don't deal with Lorcana at all because something happened with the tournament.
Yeah.
And they never got back to him about the tournament at all.
So he
even though
just
they
pulled
said
all of it.
They would do it.
Well,
but,
I'm brand spanking new to this industry, so where I'm at is like, I've always forged my own relationships with everybody, and I guess now that you mention it, I'm sure that I might find that some of these people are meticulous on their back ends, and maybe I won't like that. Maybe there's people I will find that I don't want to run their organized games because they're just too picky about something.
Fair.
I hadn't necessarily even considered that when I started putting in all my applications to do organized play. Maybe because I didn't realize how serious some of these back end of these I knew how serious Magic the Gathering was. Maybe I just hadn't quite realized that they were all just as serious.
It surprised me when I look it up that Lorcana has tournaments at all.
Yeah.
I was like, I never hear anything about it, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have my
Someone
application
won.
in with Lorcana to do organized play here.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That'd be dope.
I put in 13 or 14 organized play. I put in applications for everything because I really want to be a game store. I don't want to be a trading card store. I don't want to be a board game store. I don't want to be a D&D store. And actually, it's one of the reasons I love having the connection to my circus business, because like I also love having connections to physical games like sports and athletics and artistic sports and all kinds of stuff, because they're all just ways to to me it's all this same intention at the end of the day, which is to like engage with reality more.
And it escape sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Help escape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we say that escape. To me, maybe I guess I am escaping the like external factors more when I play a game. But to me, it's like I said, it's like I feel like I'm interacting more with reality on a deeper level. And that's why I like to bring people into that space with me, because then we're all interacting with each other on that deeper level.
It gives you an appreciation for reality more when you play, especially if you can really get into like with D&D, for example. If you can get into this world where it's not so great for everyone to live, then you can come back to yours and like, I actually have it pretty well. I'm not doing terrible. Like, I think that's what a lot of people's problem, especially in our area is of the world, is like people just think that they have it so bad when in reality they don't. They're just making it worse for themselves by engaging with the screen too much, by not actually being out in the public and engaging with others, and just making their lives more difficult.
Looking more towards the negative.
Yeah. So what you're trying
positives.
so what you're trying to do? No, you're good. So what you're trying to do here, is, I feel like, is trying to make people realize, hey, you don't have it so bad, man. Just get out more. Just go out and do stuff.
Go have fun.
Engage with others.
Well, I mean, and it's honestly not that I'm trying to tell them to do that, but more that I'm trying to give them a way to do it.
Exactly. I'm not saying that you're like, hey, you're coming over there, not
them.
coming over
Hey,
knocking
you
on
need to
people's
have
doors, like, get out here.
Well, and I meant
Excuse
that
me,
more
but
like
have you had your fun today?
that is what I'm doing. But no, I did mean just because I think we all know that. Like all this stuff I'm saying, I think is like actually pretty like agreed upon, and like people when we talk about, we're all like, yeah.
I think what people need is exactly what you're doing.
Right.
Is that
You're giving
place to do it.
exactly.
Like
with a better environment, with comfort and like hospitality and like not this like weird expectations or I don't know. It's just weird how like just going out into like anywhere just feels so transactional these days.
Yep. If you walk into a business, it is expected where you're like, all right, I gotta do something. I gotta spend some kind of money here or something. And while it would be appreciated if people bought something here, you want to have a place where people can come hang out and express themselves.
Right. And I'm like, not to get all heady on it, but I'm like, why don't we have more of that? Like, I mean, why is it all bars where people are welcome to come and congregate? But it's like, but only congregate if you're spending money.
Like, come on, you got to drink.
Yeah,
you're gonna
like,
hang out.
or maybe you're the one guy in the group that's not. But it's like no group of 7 people is going to just go sit around the fire at the bar and not order anything.
Yep,
that's
true.
It's like, why don't we have more of these spaces for like our community? We have parks, but it's like the parks are not designed for us to like sit on a couch and hang out and get comfortable and be there all day. And
no, it's designed for exercise more and enjoying the beauty of nature.
Walk to it, enjoy it, leave.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
That's what it's designed for. And that's why I think so many of us young guys have been really appreciating the way I've set up the game stores, because it's like it feels like a place where you should just come and spend some of that downtime. When you're bored in the middle of your day, just go like sit in the back and work on your card. Hell, if you're alone in here, it's like it feels a little more comfortable being here than just at home. Like, because at least here the possibility of a homie showing up is there.
Or you making a new friend, because somebody could walk up and be like, oh, hey, I like what you're doing there. Or, hey, after you got that built, you want to go test it real quick? If you have time?
Or just the fact of knowing that there's someone else around you just can give you comfort as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Humans need that more. We're more towards society building away from that. But let's get back into some of these before we get crazy off.
Yeah, I'm my ADHD is in full swing.
You're good. You're good, brother. I'm 100% fine with it.
We'll lead on to the magic part. Was your inspiration for getting into magic and sleight of hand?
That was okay. So shout out Nick Argyle. We're on a
What a last name. I love that last name.
Yeah, he's a cool guy too.
Argyle.
I think he's making mead now.
Oh, yeah.
Along with some other really
Nick
cool
Argyle
stuff.
making mead.
Yeah. But we were on a theater bus coming back from like a little theater convention or something like that when I was in like 9th grade, and he showed me some like actual sleight of hand, like 3 sleight of hand movements.
Okay.
And I was already in the circus stuff. I was already a weird eccentric kid, and I was obsessed immediately.
Fair. Do you remember what one of them was?
Yeah, no, I remember all of them. It was a type of control. So it was like this little like pullback control where you like are able to control a card from the middle of the deck to the top of the deck. It was a simple double lift. And like not the one I used today, like, but it was like a good one that I have used and still can use. And actually the third trick he showed me, this is really interesting. I found it's called a riffle force.
Riffle force?
A riffle force, and it turned into, and to this day is actually the singular most useful sleight that I know.
Really?
I mean, like I can use that singular sleight to just craft just tons of crazy little card manipulation routines. Whereas,
Okay, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Okay.
The riffle force. It sounds like ruffles. Their power. You get powers from
It sounds like another realm in D&D or something like that where you can get magic from. So, what was we'll go with this one right here. What is your most unrealistic goal that you have for the shop? Like when you opened it, did you just have
my most unrealistic goal?
like
like my wildest idea?
Yeah, what's your wildest idea?
Like I'm probably not gonna have this, and then give us your more realistic one.
Like
you have that.
You were saying the other day if you were given like a couple $1 million just to do
whatever.
Okay, got you. I know exactly what I would do. All these storage units would all be D&D tables, every one of them.
Okay.
And they would all be, or like it would actually just be different game rooms. They would all have a custom table for
each one. So like a Locana one, and then
a Monopoly
room,
a fucking Pokemon room, and they would all have like these custom tables, and there'd be multiple tones of D&D room. There'd be like a Feywild D&D room. There'd be like the one we've got, which is more like garage punk. There'd be a space. We would literally we would have all of those storage units out there, all these ones out here, and then we would do like, because all these doors roll up on both sides. So imagine just like a crazy ass D&D convention
on
at
both
this
sides
place.
Of those as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Like to the woods.
Like, I was about to say, you could just open up and look at the gym and just
imagine. Imagine that is your DM background, just like, all right, hang on, guys.
More aesthetic.
And then my like less crazy wildest dream would definitely be to be like running like regional qualifiers, which I think this is attainable actually, but actually, and maybe this is my actual goal, is to be able to run like tournaments and all these kinds of games. Like I'm trying to get USCF certified so that I can be an arbiter for chess games and have people do rated chess games and do rated chess tournaments. And,
that would be dope.
And on top of all these TCGs.
I love that it's called arbiter.
You're
the arbiter.
The chess arbiter.
Games.
Yeah.
I'm also. You're not a chess master. You're a chess arbiter.
I'm also a what is it called? Some kind of a. It's a. The word's not priest, but it's in the Jedi Order. I'm an ordained minister of the Jedi Order.
Really?
Yeah. That's a real title. Yeah, I can.
How did you get that one?
Online.
Online? Okay, fair enough.
But it's a real deal. No, like I can put it on government documents. Like it's like Reverend Jedi Westbrook.
You need to.
Is my title. I have a
that.
tag and a certificate.
If you ever run a Star Wars inspired game, you just need to wear that as the DM.
Father Jedi Master.
Yes. May the force be with you.
You're the one who invented the riffle force.
Yes, I feel riffles in the force.
Shit! You can ask another one up there if you want, buddy.
I wanted to know, what was one of your hardest skills that you ever had to learn?
There's a bunch. I say this to my students all the time when they come up. I'm like, oh, this is one of the hardest skills I ever learned. But now that I'm being just asked just to pull one out, I'm like, it's a little harder.
If you have to give us a top 5, if that's easier.
I mean, top 5 would be, there's this, I mean, all right, no, so definitely the toughest skill I ever learned is, it's called one arm flare to full twist. It's on something called aerial straps. It's where you, the reason then that's the toughest skill is because it's like a series of skills. It's like, it took me probably about 10 years to be able to even just pull one. Yeah. And I mean, that's with me working up to it, doing something called like flare to arm breaker or flare to flag to call it, like over and over again, and demonstrating it for students before. And and I was like close to pulling them before, but I got my first one like last year. And I've been doing this since I was like 19. The hardest skill that I've been working on that I've never gotten is a one-arm handstand, and I've still been working on that for 15 years now.
Damn.
I don't work it all the time, but I probably touch on it like once a week still.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Just to see if you can get to it eventually.
Yeah, just keep working on it.
Yeah.
Just keep the because I do get closer. Like I have little breakthroughs where I'm like, like, and something gets a little bit better.
I got the balance right. Yes. This is perfect.
Do you have a collectible or anything like that, or a specific piece of memorabilia from something that you want to display in the shop specifically, like something that you've always wanted to have? You're like, man, if I had that in here, it would be awesome.
Honestly, what's been on my mind lately is like fine nerd art. I had this like distributor call me that's like this like modern artist who does like full oilscape land paintings of like Frodo and Gandalf like walking across like a field and shit like that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be dope.
they cost like $2,000 or $3,000, but they would like fill this wall.
Yeah.
That
would be cool.
That's the kind of shit I would like to have in the shop.
Warhammer
Is
or
like
something like that?
yeah, or even Star
D&D,
Wars.
Star Wars.
I would
That's
love to have
awesome.
like just really. I would
See
love
in
to
the
have like
corner.
fine art. You know what I mean? Because like the reason people like these IPs is a lot deeper than just liking
the way they look.
yeah, and there's like a lot of meaning behind stuff like that, and it's actually a very, I think, a powerful form of modern art is this connection to these like nerd cultures and nerd lores and fantasy and even things like One Piece or just the stories and the messages and the artwork itself. It all is pointing towards like similar stuff, and the people that like those things, they're like they feel that, you know what I mean? Like, so those paintings are like powerful pieces. They're like modern art. It's awesome.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm a fan of One Piece, so like the story behind it's really cool, and then the meaning behind that is even deeper and cooler than that. Because it's like, hey, let people do what they want, as long as they're not hurting anybody else. Let them be.
Right. Freedom.
Don't leave people the hell alone, man. You don't need to just attack them for nothing. Let people be.
Yeah, Trump.
That leads into what's something that somebody's brought in here just to show you that you thought was fucking awesome. The most cool thing that somebody's actually like brought in here.
Both of the coolest things that were brought in were brought for us to like have and use and display.
Yeah.
Both those answers. One is the miniature collection that your friend brought in, and the other is those 90s like art cards that guy brought in. Those things are stunning.
90s art cards?
Am I not showing you those yet?
I'm not sure.
Dude, when we're done here, I have to show you these. They'll blow your mind.
Please, yeah.
I guess in the 90s there were these like fantasy books were really hot, and so there was all these fantasy artists that were not only doing covers for books, but they were doing magazine ads, and they were doing they were just pumping out this like really just like stunning, interesting, crazy, weird artwork. And so they produced these art like collector sets that were like booster packs, but you were trying to collect like all 90 of a certain artist's paintings.
That's fucking cool.
This dude brought in like 20 complete sets and like 10 sealed booster boxes from the 90s. They're stunning. They're crazy. I'll show it to you guys. But
yes, please.
Yeah. But what's insane about them is that the market on them is kind of in the dirt, and that's why I would never sell them. You asked me that earlier, like what it's in the shop right now that I would never sell. it's like because they're not hot. People don't know about them. They're not like, there's not a market around them.
Yeah.
So even though they're like already 30 years old, going on 40,
they're just not worth much.
so I would never sell them, because when I see them, they look more valuable to me than any of the Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or Riftbound that I see moving around at these hundreds of dollars. Like,
even though they wouldn't be worth like hundreds of dollars to you, they are priceless.
Visually, I can just see it. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
and we see that all the time. It's like I can see, like, it's weird because, like, you know, when you pull a fancy card out of a modern pack, you know immediately you can see the extra value on it. You know what I mean? And when I look at these cards, I just see like just millions of dollars, you know what I mean? I just like, and then I look on eBay and it's like 32, and I'm like, well, we don't agree.
That's crazy.
Millions of dollars in the future.
yeah, really though. And so what I plan to do with it is, you know, because we're going to turn this whole side into this guild side that we've been doing, and
yeah, that's another thing that we got to ask about too, is how that your club and all that.
Yeah.
We'll
so
lead
we're
into
gonna
that.
kind of turn it into like a museum element. I'm gonna like put those things in some nice binders and like display them around the shop on this side, and just like we're just gonna it's gonna be so cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Be dope. So you can come and look and chill.
Yeah, during the day, the side will be like open to everybody. Although it's like, you know, this is where guild members will play. And then, but at 8 we'll shut it down. It's like guild members only. But that's kind of like a nice way for us to for the whole community to get to enjoy some of these like really cool, nice collections, without having to like worry about some kind of a transaction.
Not having to buy anything, but still being able to experience history, especially pieces of history that they've probably never seen before.
Oh my God, guys!
Never
Can we
even
just
heard
all start like the first like fine nerd art museum? Can we just be like, can we be like the Louvre for nerds?
That's fucking
nerds.
That's fucking
You are all
Wouldn't that be
uncoached.
sick, dude? Can you imagine if we had just like oh God, I would go to that museum.
That
we
would be
would
dope.
clean up, guys.
But speaking of the guild, what was your inspiration for it and how the club works? You talked about your D&D camp that you tried to start at your fitness.
Yeah, I guess it's because a lot of like fitness and circus gyms, they operate on a membership basis, and especially like martial arts gyms work like this sometimes, or like and definitely fitness gyms. It's always like you pay a certain membership, but then you get access to all this equipment.
Yeah,
you know, and then if you look at some of those fitness like place models, it'll be like, then they're just doing free kickdowns all the time. They're doing little events, little awards, points, things like that. And so, and then for me, I've always been like a hospitality and culture guy. Like that's what I deal in, is like as in like time and space. Like I don't really deal in material, you know. So, and what I know how to do is to create a inviting and welcoming space. And so, but what I don't know how to do is retail shit. But I knew I could figure that part out.
it's super simple.
Yeah.
I've worked in retail my whole life. It's so easy, man, to sell stuff. Like, especially if people want it already, it's so easy.
Right, and I knew that, but I also knew that like if I could make this guild system work, that I would be able to start driving prices down on all that retail stuff, and that I would be able to start giving away more stuff. You know what I mean? Because like the more memberships I have, it becomes really easy. I mean, I was just looking at awesome buttons the other night because deals come down my way. You know what I mean? So like when I see a deal come, it's like if I have a budget for you know, guild member stuff, and I see a cool deal, it becomes really easy for me to like just provide more value to my customers than I would have normally for that money. You know what I mean? Where it just becomes a really cool system, and then it allows me to implement all these like quest reward systems, and it's just more fun at the end of the day, and more community. So like,
it's a community building exercise,
and it ensures the long-term stability of the store, because I'm no longer dependent on people buying items to stay open.
If you have a slow day where no one comes in and actually buys anything, you're not like, oh my God, do I need to close?
Right.
You
And if I
never
get to
have
a
that.
certain number of memberships, I'm not ever stressed at my shop guy feeling like I have to make him do busy work to make that money worthwhile.
Yeah.
Or like weird stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me see. Let's see what else we got on here. I know we got a couple more. Oh, have you ever competed in any of the TCG tournaments or anything like that? Personally?
I have not, but I've started to think about it just recently because I'm pretty good at games, and I've started building a deck, and but yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to choose to compete in, but I do think here pretty soon I'm going to compete in something. I've done chess tournaments.
Okay.
I won my division of the Southern Class Chess Championship down in Florida.
Do you have a
couple
ranking?
Yeah, my USCF ranking is only like 14 something, but my online rating, my highest was like 1870, which is pretty high.
That's pretty damn good.
I feel pretty good about that. About it.
That's pretty
Definitely
good.
beat my dad.
Nice. I don't lose a lot, honestly. I mean, I lose plenty online, but in person, I don't. I mean, I teach a pretty good bit, but I'm still trying to get better. My personal goal is to. I don't think I have enough time to attend enough rated games and stuff to ever get to 2,000 USCF, because I would be higher, but I just don't have the time to go and do rated games.
Right. Sounds like you're filling your day every day.
Right.
Yeah, but I do play chess almost every night, and
that's awesome. Great for the mind, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
My dad used to do it every night too, and he said that the computer was a bitch.
Computer is a bitch. Oh yeah, computers and children. Like, watch out for the children at the tournaments, man. I'm telling you right now.
Unpredictability will get you, man.
Yeah, they will. Well, and they have coaches. They have coaches who talked to them right before they walked in there and prepared them.
They looked you up and down. They're like, that guy's gonna play like this, so you play like this.
You play dirty, so here's how you win in 3 moves.
Yeah, I mean, and just they're prepped, man. I'm walking in there like half sleep, like.
Hell yeah. I got one more on here, and then I got another question I want to ask if Steven has any more, and then we'll get you. I won't say get you out of here because this is your place we're recording at, but we can stop the recording. When you're doing D&D, do you prefer to DM or do you prefer to play? Do you have a preference?
I really like them both, but I'm a really great DM, and I'm a problem as a player. I'm a serious problem.
DMs usually are, because they're like, well, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you over this.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start businesses and have passive income. One of my last characters had like a meta revolution. I mean, it just gets really chaotic really fast. Because
were you about to say revolution?
Yeah.
No, you stopped yourself.
It gets really.
You stopped
bad.
Yourself from saying revolution.
It was a long story,
Oh, that's hilarious. You got any more for him, Steven? Because I got one, but I'll save it. See if you got anything.
I don't think I have any more off the top of my head.
Okay, you keep saying this side. Do you plan on expanding the store and stuff like that? Do you plan on?
I mean, I've essentially committed to it at this point.
Okay.
I talked to the landlord a couple of days ago, and it's a big commitment, and I'm a little nervous about it because more space doesn't necessarily mean more revenue.
Yeah. But
I am like almost doubling the responsibility of the store, but we have had enough people that I feel like more space is needed. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Hell yeah, man! That's awesome. Do you have anything else you want to shout out or anything like that before we end this here? Do you got anything else you want to say or get out there that you need? Do you feel like you need to get out?
No, man. I mean, it was really cool getting to just like share that whole story with you guys. I don't get to do that often from like start to finish. So sorry if it was a little chaotic.
No,
and sporadic.
That was perfect.
Look,
that's normally how our podcast goes.
You are welcome
we
on.
Go down a few rabbit holes.
Fuck it, you are welcome on any time again to just share stories.
Oh yeah,
now. Since
it was
we've
awesome.
got we got the interview out of the way. If you want to just come on again to just talk,
anytime,
that
sounds fun.
It's been a blast.
Yeah,
we've had a great time.
I think we did have a question. Why did you come back to Clayton?
Oh yeah, we didn't ask that one.
I forgot.
Okay. Well, that had a lot to do. I mean, COVID was a part of that. You know what I mean? I mean, because I was still kind of on the adventure. But and then there was a couple of girlfriends in there that like settled me down for like a couple of years at a time. And like right before
women know how to catch you.
Like right before COVID, I'd already been kind of like trending that way a little bit. I was like 26, And I mean, I definitely could have. I definitely, if it hadn't been for COVID, I probably would have done something a little bit wilder. I probably would have like maybe gone to California or.
really?
Yeah, 'cause I mean, with your circus
Gone
background.
overseas or something?
Well, yeah, because normally, I mean, at least at that time, at 26, I mean, I always kind of planned on trying to come back to Clayton and to be close to my family and to start a circus school, and because I wanted to help people that in all the ways that we've talked about of this area, because I know that like this region's a little bit on a little bit of an island, but yeah, and then COVID happened and had to get a kind of a real job for a little bit. That really affected like a circus industry really heavily. And the best way to do that was to come home and also be close to the family, try to help them through that, because my mom and dad were pretty stressed through all of that. And,
Fair.
And yeah, but thank goodness I did, because I really love this part of the world, and it's felt really good. Just talking to a couple guys like you that just like where we're having a good time and something cool's happening, and we've seen a lot of people be really happily affected by the shop. So it's been awesome.
People love it.
Hell
I hear
yeah.
people talking about it at Walmart sometimes too.
It's nice, dude.
Overhearing,
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we're doing it.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. This has been a blast. Thank you for coming on and talking with us,
thank you
sharing
so
your
much.
story.
Yeah, thank you
I
guys.
fucking love this. This has been great.
Yeah, that was an honor. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thank
See
you.
you guys.
Stay stupid.
Oh, yeah, Stace. I forgot about that. Thank you, Steven.